Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on College Football 26. In the last episode, we had a little bit of a dilemma. I had screwed some things up all on my own, like my fault. It wasn't the game's fault or anything. It was my fault for being somewhat stupid or just not realizing what had happened, mostly stupidity. And that had caused me to have to make a decision whether or not we go back and reset the offseason and then redo it or just continue going on with how it happened. I ended up making the decision to reset the offseason. I got the exact same transfer players that we had gotten in the video. So Colin Simmons is here. All of the other guys that we had brought in during that offseason cycle in the transfer portal are all still on the team. The most important part is Aaron Noland and all those guys are back because I actually went in and brought them back instead of thinking that I brought them back and not actually doing anything. So stupidity on my part, but it's all fixed. Everything's ready to go for season number 2. And I do want to mention I have some new sliders implemented for season number 2 because season number 1 was, let's be honest, fairly simple. We lost one game, but we really shouldn't even have lost that game. We would have been undefeated if we didn't lose that game, and like I said, we shouldn't have lost it. So I've implemented some new sliders. I've looked up some College Football 26 sliders, and I was trying to find some ones that are fine-tuned and seem like a lot of people think that they work. And then I came across, obviously, Matt 10. Matt 10 is one of the most prolific, probably the most notable slider creator in the sports gaming realm. At least if you say Matt 10, most people know what you're talking about. And he has created some college football sliders. There's different versions of it. I have found the most recent, at least that I could find, version number 4 of these sliders. So I've implemented those into the game. I will show you them in a second, but here is a screenshot of the sliders if you want to take a look for yourself and put them in. But you can also just look at the video, my video, when I show you them in the game. So I'm hoping that these sliders make it a little bit more difficult because we've kind of, we shouldn't have won a national championship in our first year. But the way that we're going to spin it is now that we've won our national championship, we need to go in and defend our crown. We need to reload, not rebuild. We need to reload in season number 2 and try to go back to back and see if we can make this thing a dynasty. That's the whole goal. So we'll see what can happen. We do have a very important first game of the season. It is a rematch of the national championship against BYU. That's right. We got a rematch against our opponent that we took on in the national championship game that we beat fairly easily. We'll see if we can beat them again here. We're number 5 in the country to start the season. Let's go see if we can defend our crown. If you want to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. I am super excited about this team, man. I think we had a really good offseason, especially when I ended up bringing back Aaron Noland and all those guys that I kind of lost. But that's the other timeline. This is the new timeline. This is the new current timeline that we're in, where everything matters. This is the real timeline. What's going on? This is all canon. All that stuff, that's legends. That doesn't count. So let's get into it. If you want to enjoy, hit that like button. Let's do this. So here we are in 2026, week number 1. I've got the recruiting board all set up. We've got the schedule. Let's take a look at the schedule first because it's a pretty daunting schedule here in year number 2. We start with a rematch against BYU. Fairly obvious national championship game from last season. The 2 teams that played in it now play in week number 1. That's usually what happens, or at least similar stuff happens like that. Big prominent games happen the next year. Then we have to go to Florida State in the second game of today's doubleheader, which is going to be pretty interesting. Then we have TCU, and then we have to play number 1 Texas. That's an early game for the SEC schedule. It's an early matchup against a big Texas team. Then we have Kentucky, Tennessee. Both those games shouldn't be too difficult, but you never know. Going on the road to Rocky Top, that could be a little crazy. Then we've got our bye week in there, and then we have Arkansas, Georgia, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, and then our rivalry against Clemson. So we do get matched up against Georgia this year, but no Alabama. We had Alabama last year and no Georgia. Now we have Georgia this year and no Alabama. I think they subbed in. I don't think we played Florida last year either. I can't remember. Did we play Florida last year? I don't remember. I know we played. I know we played Auburn because I think we played them twice. We played them in the SEC championship, I think, as well. I think we played Mississippi State. I think we played Kentucky and Tennessee. I don't honestly know if we played Kentucky and Tennessee. And I'm pretty sure we played Texas last year. I don't remember. The schedule is kind of crazy. The shocking part of the offseason video was I was 99% sure that Nick Harbor was going to leave and go to the draft. He returns for his senior season. That is the biggest of big news. So we get our Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver back on campus for his final season, which is huge because I was kind of like having a midlife crisis trying to figure out what I was going to do with wide receiver without having Nick Harbor, and he's back. We also have Mazeo Bennett back. We have Malik Clark and Otis Major, a freshman who's 93 overall, probably going to be one of my go-to guys once Harbor goes away. And the good thing about this is we can have these young guys, these freshmen that we brought in, like Rasmussen and Otis Major, they can all develop for this season while Nick Harbor gets all the touches. And then once Nick Harbor leaves for season 3, then that's when senior Mazeo Bennett comes around. That's when sophomore Rasmussen and Otis Major, well, I guess not sophomore, it'd be freshman redshirt Rasmussen. All these guys can take that next step and they can be the next Nick Harbor. So I have gone through and spent all of the skill points for each player. So we have all of the as high level as they can be for right now until they earn more skill points. But the other shocking news is Lenore Seller is back now. When I resimmed the offseason, when I reset the save file to get Aaron Nolan back, which you can see him here right now, Lenore Sellers didn't declare for the draft, which is probably for the best because he was going to be like a 3rd round pick or something low in the draft. But now he gets to come back for another season, try to build up that resume a little bit more, and maybe earn a 1st round pick, maybe even the number 1 overall pick. So Lenore Sellers does come back, but that does throw in a little bit of a wrench into the plans. Because we were initially thinking, oh, Aaron Nolan's going to be our starting quarterback, or it's going to be Felix Coatney, the freshman that we brought in. So now what's going to happen? Well, I've chosen to redshirt Felix Coatney. His deal breaker is conference prestige, so as long as the SEC doesn't completely fall off, he's going to be around. And then Aaron Nolan, for some reason, our brand exposure is not good, even though that's the whole reason we brought Aaron Nolan back in the first place from stopping him from transferring, is because our brand exposure should not be that bad. We just won the national championship and went on a huge tour of the national TV scene where we played SEC championship, we played in all of the playoff games, and obviously the national championship. That's like 4 or 5 playoff game, big time primetime TV games. The brand exposure would be higher. So I don't know why it's glitched out with the C+, but that's why we brought back Aaron Nolan and all the other transfers that were saying they were going to leave for brand exposure. We brought all those guys back. All the other guys I let go because it was reasonable transfers. But the brand exposure ones didn't make any sense to me. So we brought them back. So we have 3 quarterbacks that I like. Lenore Sellers, Aaron Nolan. Obviously, Aaron Nolan should be the heir apparent, no pun intended, the heir apparent to Lenore Sellers. Obviously, we're going to see Lenore the entire season unless something crazy happens where he gets hurt or something. And then Felix Coatney is kind of like our emergency break glass if needed type of quarterback where it's just going to be these 2 guys for the majority. At running back, I'm a little bit scared. We lost a lot of running backs in the transfer or in the just graduating, and then we also lost a running back, I think, to transferring. That leaves us with just Isaiah Augustave. He's a fine running back. He's an 88 overall, but we have no depth behind him. We have 2 true freshmen that I brought in. I didn't even really want any of these guys. David Thrash is okay, but I mean, Hakeem Ionacho is not great at all. He's not very fast. 81 speed's horrible. We'll see how these guys can play, but we are very thin at the running back position. And that's on me. I should have tried to bring in somebody in the portal. We already looked at wide receiver. We're pretty happy with that. At tight end, we bring in Dorian Fleming to be the starting tight end over Michael Smith, who got brought back because of the brand exposure stuff. So this is going to be a nice little 1-2 punch at tight end. I like both of those guys. We've got some nice freshman possibilities, like Tyrese Rawls is a nice potential tight end for the future. Offensive line took a little bit of a hit because of graduation and stuff, but we do get some very important transfers like Jordan Seaton, a 95 overall left tackle now. starting over Josiah Thompson, who was going to be our original starter. But now it's Jordan Seaton, the transfer, which is huge. We have another transfer, Umarov, at left guard. We have Brady Small, another transfer. I think we hit a bunch of transfers in the portal, which is what we needed. Tree Babalade is one of our original guys, so he's here holding it down at right guard. And then Ernest Green III is at right tackle. So we've got a pretty star-studded right offensive line. I like it a lot. On the edge, we have maybe the most important transfer of the entire series, and that could be Colin Simmons. Former Texas edge rusher has chosen to come play for South Carolina, and he's going to be paired alongside Dylan Stewart. They're both true juniors. We have, for at least one season, we have the two best edge rushers in football. Maybe they'll both choose to come back for their senior years. I highly doubt it. But at least for one season, we have two unbelievable edge rushers, which I'm super excited about. We also have Demon Clowney back. We have some freshmen that we brought in. Defensive tackle, we've got Gabriel Brownlow-Dindy. We've got the number 3 player in the entire recruiting class, Joshua Wood, who's going to get a lot of play time as the number 2 D tackle. And then linebacker, it's kind of okay. Jordan Robinson's our Sam linebacker. We've got Jair Johnson and Jerron Willis, who will probably see some play time on the field. Sean Murphy and Jamerson Willett, the freshman. He'll probably get some play time. The linebacking core is a little bit thin, I will admit. At corner, we've got Jeremiah Wilson, Tal Johnson. I did move him from safety to corner because we were a little thin at corner. And when I was doing the player position changes, I thought, you know what, he could probably be a pretty solid corner, and he ended up being one. So he's actually our number 2 corner now. So he moves to corner in his 91 overall. Then we've got Brandon Cease and Judge Collier. So a lot of familiar faces here, except for Johnson, the transfer, who are, and Jeremiah Wilson's not a familiar face. He's a transfer as well. But Cease and Collier with Vakari Swain are all guys that were here last year, won the national title with us. We've got a pretty deep cornerback room now with the addition of Johnson in there. And the reason I did that is because Coy Parrish is already here at free safety, and we're pretty fine with him being the free safety. And then Kilgore at strong safety. We didn't really need another safety, so Tal Johnson goes and plays corner. At kicker, we've got Gabe Battle, the true freshman, who's got 87 kick power, so we might be booming some kicks with Gabe Battle. And then we got the punter Mason Love, who's pretty decent, 93 kick power, 86 kick accuracy. He's a pretty solid punter. And that is our team for season number 2. Let's take a look, before we get into the game and recruiting and all that kind of stuff, let's take a look at the gameplay sliders, because I showed you the screenshot of the slider version that we are using. This is our slider set. I did not have sliders for season 1. It was just the base, Heisman difficulty, regular 50 everywhere sliders. This one is now adjusted, so this is the player skill sliders. We have 38s and 60s and 48s. Some stay at 50, and then the CPU skill is altered. The special teams has been altered a little bit with the field goal kicking and stuff. Injuries is down to 20. The fatigue is at 65. None of the weather stuff has been adjusted, excuse me. The penalties have been adjusted as well to see if that helps the pocket get better and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what we can work with here. But those are the gameplay sliders that we have adjusted for. These are the Mat 10 sliders version 4 that I have implemented in here. And then obviously Heisman difficulty. I did move up to 7-minute quarters instead of 6-minute quarters. So we had an extra minute of gameplay. And then wear and tear has not been adjusted. Maybe we can work on working on wear and tear a little bit here and there. Maybe we can fine tune that slightly. One of the Mat 10 slider ones was to move week to week recovery down to 40 from 50. So I did that. And then all the stuff is the same as it always been. So those are the adjustments we've made for season 2. I'm excited. I can't wait to see if they actually affect the game and make it a little bit more challenging, because I don't really want to go that quickly through the season dominating every single team. We probably shouldn't do that. Maybe not in season 1, but season 2 we probably should. And this is our recruiting class for season number 2. We already got an insta-commit, just like Jalen Rasmussen, the wide receiver last year, who committed before just by offering a scholarship. Alex Mechie, the 4-star corner, has committed just by offering a scholarship. Now, the unfortunate part about that is I didn't get a chance to scout him, because I was just going through and offering scholarships to every single person before I started spending points to scout. So we don't know how good he is. He's probably going to be decent, but he's already committed, so we already have one player in the class. And we are going after some big-time 4-stars, including the number 1 player in the entire country, 6'4" wide receiver Devontae Weeks. Very excited about that. And I chose not to use any points on scouting players. At least not as many points as I probably should have, because I wanted to go pretty crazy on offering actual hours to people. So I only went scouting on a few different people, like some corners I scouted because we need corner and we need to know if those corners are good. I don't want to waste my time on corners. So I scouted some interesting people. I also scouted a quarterback, Nolan Barden, who's a dual threat with 84 speed. He looks okay. I'm only going after him with 30 hours. The quarterback room didn't look amazing. I do have a 5-star on here, but he's not 76 speed's just not really what I'm looking for. We have a bunch of running backs on the board. We're going to have to go a little bit harder on running back, but I also have a potential transfer portal running back that we could go after. Or at least I don't have one in mind. I'm just thinking like the portal could be where we get our running back. So that's why I'm not going super heavily on a freshman running back, but we might once we free up these hours, hopefully when these guys commit to our school and we can free up these hours to go somewhere else. But this is where recruiting is for season number 2 so far in week number 1. But we've got our rematch against BYU. We took the national championship from them last year, and now we look to take their first game of the season away from them this year. Ooh, you know what? I kind of like the alternates. The navy looks pretty clean. So I think we'll rock with those for them, and we will wear... I wish there was like a secret option if you won a national championship for your first game. You could get like a national championship patch or something on your jersey. Like a golden patch or something. That'd be kind of cool. But that is not the case. So let's rock with... I don't want to wear anything black because that could get a little bit confusing with the navy that they're going to wear. Let's wear... You know what? What's our home jersey look like? Is it the scarlet? Or the garnet, I guess? Let's wear... I don't like the garnet helmet with the garnet jersey. I do like the white face mask, though. The white face mask looks pretty good. Let's go with the white helmet and the white pants. And then the garnet jersey. That's what we'll rock for opening day. Week number 1. It is the game of the week, and it is a rematch of last year's national championship. BYU and the defending champs look to square off in season 2. We start the game with the football, and we look to defend our championship. We've got a good team. I am excited about this team in year number 2, especially Colin Simmons, man. Getting him in the transfer portal is absolutely massive. Like I couldn't even have predicted that if you would have given me a lot of options. Like there's no way I would have thought he was going to be a part of our team. I mean, I thought we could go after him a little bit, but I didn't think he was actually going to accept. But the most important part is our offense is back. We've got Harbor back. We've got Lenore Sellers back. The running back position could be a little bit wonky, but Isaiah Augustave, first carry gets him 20 yards. We didn't see him much last year because we kind of had a log jam ahead of him with Faison and everybody else ahead of him. Oscar Attaway was ahead of him and all that kind of stuff. So we didn't see him that much, but we're going to see him a lot here. He's got 87 speed. It's not like blazing fast or anything. It is decent. I like seeing those 2 stars underneath our tackles. That makes me feel a little bit comfortable having those guys right there. And we also have a star underneath our center, which is pretty good. I'm going to try to hit Clark. And look at Clark. Malik Clark with a big catch. I do remember BYU's offense being fairly good against us in the national championship game. They kind of shredded us a little bit. But this is a different defense. That defense didn't have Colin Simmons on it, so I'm excited to see what he does, especially with him and what's his face? Why am I blanking on his name? Him and I'm completely blanking on my other guy's name. Whatever. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. It was just in my head. But what I was saying was, if Brian Thomas Jr., who dominated for us last year, if he can have such a good season next to Dylan... What the heck is his name? Why am I blanking? Dylan something. Oh my God, I'm a horrible head coach. I can't remember what my own player's name is. I'm like Urban Meyer. Urban always just said, hey, number, whatever your number is. Because he could never remember anybody's name. Except for, like, JT Barrett and Tim Tebow. Those are the only guys you remember the name of. I can't remember. It's not Dylan Sampson. That's a running back for the Browns. The heck is his name? I don't know. When we score here with Nick Harbor, hurdle him. Oh, I was going to say when we score here with Nick Harbor, I'll remember what his name is. It's Dylan something. Our transfer center, Brady Small, injured on the play, and it looked like it was a pretty serious one because his arm was penetrating his body, which is never good. And Lenore Sellers is going to start his Heisman campaign with a touchdown of his own. The national champions, man. National champions feel pretty good. The national champions feel pretty good. We send it away with our freshman kicker. He sends the extra point through. What the F is that dude's name? Dylan. It's Dylan something. Why am I blanking on his name so bad? I'm embarrassed that I'm forgetting my own player's name. Oh, I wanted a big hit there. He kind of just bounced off of him. The F is your name, dude? Show me the defense. Dylan Stewart. How did I forget that name? That's an easy name to... I don't know. I just had a massive aneurysm forgetting that name. I apologize. That's unacceptable to forget the name there. I can't... Especially it's my best player, too. For some reason, I couldn't think of the name Stewart, or the last name Stewart. I don't know why. First play for BYU is a handoff to the running back. He gets a couple. I don't think they have the same quarterback. I think this is a new quarterback. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I get to use Colin Simmons. Let's go. Very excited about this. And they're going to keep it with the quarterback. It was a speed option. The quarterback got lit up by Simmons. He barely was able to pitch that away. Pitch? I don't think this is the same quarterback. Is it the same one? I wouldn't remember if it was. McKay Hillstead. That cannot be the same guy, right? He doesn't even have a picture. Not even like a AI generated picture. Very strange. Do they still have that offensive lineman that's 5'9", 6'5"? I think he was a right tackle. 5'10", yeah, 5'10" Andrew Gentry. I don't know why EA Sports made their right tackle. Look at him on the field, number 75. You can see him right there. We discovered this in the national championship game. I don't know why they messed up and made their offensive tackle 5'10". He's like 6'6". In real life. I looked him up in that episode, in that national championship episode. You can go watch it. I looked him up because he's a real guy, obviously. I looked him up. He's 6'6" or 6'7", something like that, and he's huge. It's kind of funny how they got him so misproportionate because, like, it's not like they missed him by like a couple inches. They missed him by almost a full foot. It's crazy, and they still haven't fixed it yet because obviously he's right there. Otis Major dropped that? Really? I mean, I know he's a freshman, but I thought he'd still be able to hold that. I should have hit triangle there. That was probably the right move. But I thought Major would be able to catch that. We're going to go to the sideline here. Harbor brings it in. 4th and 2. We're obviously going to go for it. I know we have a pretty solid punter this year, but we're going to go for this because why not? We're trying to blow out the best team, or the second best team in the country. Oh, Mazio. That's unfortunate. The problem with that is Mazio was going to be like wide open, but he kind of got like sucked into the corner there at the last second. The ball just got bounced off of him. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. And so far, I haven't really felt any difference in the play style. We've only played a couple minutes of the first quarter. But I have, oh, nice jump from the D lineman. Is that Colin Simmons? It absolutely was. Colin Simmons jumps in the air, deflects that pass from the D-line. Huge athletic play from Colin. That's why we brought him in from the transfer portal. For stuff like that. Maybe stuff, oh my God, where are you throwing this football? Oh my God, he's right there. Oh. That was crazy. I thought for a second he was just throwing that away. But then out of the corner of my eye, I see somebody enter frame, and it's a BYU receiver. And I was like, oh no, he's going to catch this for a touchdown. And then he just overthrew it still. Very weird sequence right there. Thankfully, we get the ball back. The only thing I've kind of noticed so far is the gameplay feels a little bit slower. And that's because the speed threshold got moved down from 50 to 45. So it does feel a little bit slower. Not anything too crazy or anything like that, but I can definitely feel a little bit more sluggish play. But it shouldn't matter too much. I'm starting to like Isaiah Augustave, though. Like I said in the beginning part, he's not a bad running back. And never mind, he's injured. He's dead to me. But like I was saying, he's not a bad running back. He's just not fantastic. But speaking of a bad running back, we've got Hakeem Iheanacho, who most definitely is a bad running back with the lack of speed that he has. I'm not quite sure how I was able to throw that ball away. I thought I was going to get blown up for sure. Do I send Mazio deep? They're going to press up on Malik Clark. Harbor's running the slant. I think I'm just going to roll out here, try to lob it over the head to Harbor. And I couldn't do it. 4th and 11. I think we will punt this time. Let me see if I can pin this. This is going to be pretty tricky. I'm not the greatest punter in the world. I'll try it. Oh, that's going to be a bad punt, isn't it? Oh! At the 18, it's not horrible. I could have done a lot better. I could have done a lot better than that. But I also could have done a lot worse. So, I'll take it. The number 16 toughest place to play, presented by Lowe's. The Gamecock faithful are loud. I'm just waiting for that one season where our SEC schedule is like a murderer's row where we have to play Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, or not Florida State, everybody basically, Tennessee probably, all in like this. It's back-to-back weeks for all of those guys. Like we don't get any cupcakes. I'm just waiting for that SEC schedule generation to happen. Thankfully, it hasn't happened yet, but it'll happen at some point. I wish you could change the SEC teams you play. Like, I wish that it wasn't locked for the conference games. I wish you could be able to adjust what teams in the like, you obviously have to pick a conference team. I just wish you could choose which one you want to play. Like, if I wanted to choose all of the easy SEC teams, why can't I? Why can't I choose Vanderbilt? But if I wanted to choose Alabama, Georgia back-to-back, why can't I do that? Let me have freedom. Anyway, back to the game where BYU's quarterback is kind of weird. Like, he's throwing these balls very strangely. He's just, like, chucking. He's hucking and chucking. And we're going to be Demon Clowney this time. First time Demon gets in the game. Thought about putting his name in the transfer portal. Decided to come back. We forced him out of bounds. They go for a field goal. This is a deep field goal. Especially on that right hash. This is on the road. This is not an easy kick. And it's going to be wide right the entire way. Teague Anderson for BYU injured on the play. Wow, okay. Missed it wide right the entire time. Never had a chance. Augustave's back in the game. I really would like my starting running back to not have wear and tear the first game of the season. But we'll see what happens. I guess we have been running him a lot this first quarter. We need to get that offensive passer game going. But I'm starting to like Isaiah Augustave. He's got 10 carries for 73 yards. He's doing a pretty good job. He feels pretty good to run with. He's not like it doesn't feel like he's running in sand or anything. He feels pretty good. Sellers. Oh, I think that's going to be open. It's not actually going to be open, but he comes back to it. Malik Clark. That was going to be so open, but I think he like had to dodge one of the BYU defenders, so it kind of slowed him down. The ball also wasn't going to get there with Lenore's. Thankfully, Clark comes back to grab it. What a sequence right there. What an absolute sequence. But we move to the second quarter. Our defense has done a very good job against this BYU offense. A lot better than the national championship game. But BYU might have lost more talent than I'm thinking. Like, they could have lost. Obviously, they lost their quarterback. They might want to stop the run, though. I'm going to fire that across the middle here. Harbor almost had it. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick Harbor. Oh, I can't believe it. You almost had it. That would have been a nuts touchdown if he would have been able to bring that in. It would have showed why he's the defending Heisman Trophy winner. We're going to find our man. It's Fleming, the tight end. the new addition, Dorian Fleming, comes up with a big one. First down. I like the way that Sellers throws the ball. His release is pretty solid. And now he's injured. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's just got cramps, though. He's coming back. But I like the way that he throws the ball. You can't really tell here because he got hit, but he throws a good ball. And then he's down on the ground. And he's hurting. He's feeling it. He is feeling all of it. Oh, he's real hurt. He's real hurt. This might be our thumbnail, even if he does come back. All right, so now it's the Aaron Nolan show. We'll see what he's got. I got to remember Aaron Nolan's a lefty. That always throws me off when he comes in the game. He's a lefty. And he's going to hit his favorite target, Nick Harbor. Diving! Touchdown, Gamecocks! Nick Harbor, number 1. I forgot Sellers scored the first one. Nick Harbor, first one. And Aaron Nolan, first pass of the season's a touchdown. I mean, when you got Nick Harbor on the team, a lot of first passes are going to be touchdowns. You love to see it. We go up 14-0 on BYU. I don't know if I feel any difference in the sliders. Big hit. Other than, like I said, the threshold being a little bit slower, so it feels the gameplay on the field feels a little bit more sluggish. Nothing crazy. But other than that, I don't really feel any difference. Colin Simmons with a sack. His first as a Gamecock. Oh, he knew it. He knew it right away once he breezed through the left tackle. Colin Simmons is going to eat. If he's in the Brian Thomas role, and we saw what Brian Thomas Jr. did last year for us, he's going to absolutely feast. And somehow Parrish doesn't get to him in time, and Corey Parrish picks up an injury. Why are my guys getting hurt? Stop getting hurt. Corey Parrish picks up an injury on the tackle. Luckily, we're fairly deep at safety, so we don't have to worry too much. Oh, I bit so hard on the play action there. It's only temporary injuries, but I wish that the injuries weren't there in the first place. Like, stop getting injured. Why are we so hurt? Why are we so weak? Oh, it's across the middle. How did he catch that? There was so much traffic right there. The fact that he threw it in the first place is kind of crazy. Is this going to be a QB sneak? Feels kind of QB sneakish. It is a QB sneak! 4th and inches! Let's go! I finally stopped a QB sneak. Oh, I just kind of threw my body into the pile there and it worked. We stopped the QB sneak and we will get the football back. They punt it away. Mazio returns. Mazio's been an electric kick returner. Not so much a punt returner, but an electric kick returner for us last year. Is Lenoris back from his cramps? He is. Lenoris Sellers got a little bit of a breather. And now he's back from his cramps, trying to lead us to another touchdown drive. Let me hit a little PA slants here, see what we're working with. I'm also going to send Mazio deep because he's got that runaway speed. And then I'm going to fire up the middle, and it's going to be over the head of Malik Clark. Okay. I'm trying to show you guys the good throwing motion of Lenoris Sellers, but every time I try to show you, it gets ruined by some defender. Lenoris has got a little bit of speed and gets the first down. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He's got enough to be able to get a first down every once in a while, but... Oh, no. Iheanacho's in the game. I might have to put the other running back in the game because he is... Like, he's got 87 speed, so he's a little bit faster than Iheanacho. I need to get a running back. Whether it's in the portal, yeah, we might have to put Thrash in there. The speed is a little bit better. And Iheanacho stays in the game, which means I might have to switch to a slot fade. I do like the snap it while they're not set. Snap it while they're not set. Nick Harbor, oh, it's money. Nick Harbor down the field. Touchdown number 2 for Nick Harbor, trying to go back-to-back Heisman's first time since Archie. Can Nick Harbor be a 2-time Heisman Trophy winner? Good ball from the North Sellers. Thrown right on stride. And we lead 21-0. Maybe the sliders made it easier to stop BYU. I don't know. Until I can find sliders that give me a good challenge, we'll rock with these ones. And maybe there aren't any sliders that give me a good challenge. Maybe I'm just too good at the game. All right, 2:15 to go in the half. BYU will start with the football, start the second half. They're going to run it. Oh, I couldn't turn into the guy. Turn me into somebody, please. This is so many unnecessary yards. If they would have just turned me into the guy that I wanted to turn into at the very beginning of the play, he would have been stopped. But I kept pressing the button to change to people. It kept turning me into people that weren't even close to the play. Crazy. But now, 2 minutes left. We've got to stop them. Colin Simmons can't get there, but we can get him. It's a sack with the corner. That's why we bring the corner blitz. That's why you bring a corner blitz. Jeremiah Wilson, the transfer corner, comes in and gets a sack. Our transfer players from this offseason making an impact in this game, which is what I expected. They are some of our best players on the team. That can't be a first down, and it will not be, but it'll be a lot of yards on 2nd and 18, which is kind of annoying to get all those yards back on 2nd and 18. Quarterback had a little bit too much time there. Come on, Simmons, get through. He's not going to in time. Nobody's there to catch the ball except for a BYU receiver who's going to have a touchdown because nobody knows how to tackle in the secondary. BYU scores their first touchdown of the year on an absolute BS type of throw. Whatever. And there's freaking Cosmo in the background phasing through the hedges. Unbelievable. All right. BYU scores. Whoop-de-frickin-do. There's still 1:22 to go. We can get that 3-touchdown lead back fairly easily. We got enough time. And we have Nick Harbor. Anytime you have Nick Harbor on your team, you can score in one play. It's fairly simple. But do we want to score in one play? We see Thrash in the game now. We've got the Heisman spin cycle ability for Lenoris activated. That's pretty cool. I wish he had better Heisman abilities than spin cycle. I mean, spin cycle's cool. I just don't run that often with him. I'd like to have, like, I don't know, bazooka. Or is bazooka even an ability? I don't even know. I'd like to have a throwing ability, like an accuracy one would be cool. Under a minute to go. Hand off to Thrash. Thrash runs a little weird. He runs a little strange. Like he rode the short bus as a kid. But hey, he's a good running back for us. And I just noticed that Nacho does the Michael Myers stance. That's kind of funny. 41 seconds left. We call our first timeout after a little scramble and slide by the big dog, Lenoris. I'm happy that Lenoris chose to come back. I think that was the right idea in the end. He would have been like a 3rd-round pick, backup quarterback in the NFL. Coming back gives him a chance to build that resume a little bit more, win another national championship possibly, maybe even win a Heisman if he can beat out his teammate. And then he gets to re-enter the draft and see if that boosts up his stock anymore. I think it should. He should be at least a 1st-round pick. He's got the talent to be a 1st-round pick. We'll see what happens. And I also believe in real life he's going to be a 1st-round. Oh, that's unbelievable. They're going to give me pass interference, thankfully. That was going to be a touchdown, but he got bumped. Thankfully, it's pass interference. But in college, it is not a spot foul, so we don't get all the yards. We do move up a little bit, though. Very annoying that that was going to be a touchdown, and he got ran into. He got ran into again, but this time he's so good that he's wide open. Touchdown. There's touchdown number 2 for Lenoris, or for Nick Harbor. And we get our 3-touchdown lead back. I told you it was going to be fairly simple. We still had 16 seconds left on the clock to burn. And we completely erase BYU's touchdown that they got. And hopefully our guys in the secondary can actually tackle next time. Because they wouldn't have got that touchdown if we could actually tackle. I need a big hit here. Oh, I could have got it, but I suck. If I didn't absolutely suck so bad, I would have got it. Hand out to the running back, and they will concede the half. Okay. We'll go to the second half, up 28-7 on BYU. We're looking pretty confident, pretty good. This is a nice top 10 win to start the year. Going up against number 10 BYU. It's going to push us pretty high into the top 3, I would assume. That's not a big hit. What are we talking about here? And then we've also got number one Texas, or at least at the moment they're number one Texas. Who knows if they'll fall? Which means Colin Simmons gets to go back and play his former team, the team that he left in the portal. That's going to be awkward for him. Oh, why do the big hits not work? Why do I throw big hits if they're not going to work? Ohio State killed Ball State. Was that 55-6 or something? I'd be upset if I was a Buckeye fan letting 6 points to Ball State. That's not good. I would assume it's just 2 field goals, but still. Not ideal letting up 6 points. 3rd and 1, I need a big play. Somebody get there. Yes. We swarmed him, lost a yard on it, and it's an easy 3 and out to start the half for BYU. They don't have the same level of talent. We really upgraded in the portal. We really upgraded, especially the defense. We got some killers on defense. And then the offensive line, we upgraded in the portal like crazy. We hit 2 of our biggest needs, which was just overall defense and offensive line. We hit both of those in the portal, and we destroyed it. We didn't bring any big-time receivers in or any big-time running backs. We didn't bring any running backs in the portal. We just went defense and offensive line, and it worked pretty well. I like all the guys. Actually, we brought in one, obviously brought in the tight end. Forgot about him. And here he is right here. Dorian Fleming. He's got some room. That's a big-time catch. 216 yards, 3 touchdowns for Lenoris. He's got the rushing touchdown, and then does he have 3 passing touchdowns? He obviously does, because it's telling me. I thought that he had 2, and then we had 2 rushing touchdowns, but obviously it's telling me he has 3, so. Because Harbor's got 2. Who's got the other one? Oh, he didn't have a touchdown. It's, he has the rush. They're counting as the rushing touchdown. That's intercepted. I hate my life. I shouldn't have thrown that. It's Lenore, what's his face? God, I have horrible names. Aaron Nolan has the other passing touchdown. That's what it is. So they are counting the rushing touchdown as one of his touchdowns. I was going to say, I couldn't think of who else had the other touchdown, or who he threw the other touchdown to. The fact that Dylan Stewart didn't get the sack there is very annoying. And I was hoping to go fairly clean this season without throwing that many interceptions, and that's already 1 in the first game. So, not ideal. Not ideal to throw an interception that early, especially in that spot, too. That should have been another easy touchdown, but I just kind of lofted it in there. I don't know why I even threw it in the first place. I had no business throwing that. But I did anyway, and that's what happens. When you play sloppy ball, you get sloppy results. That's got to be stopped. That's got to be stopped, and it is 3 and out for the BYU Cougars. Cougars. So they don't capitalize on the interception. They don't even do really anything with the interception, thankfully. And we will get the football back. Mazio returning. Did fairly good. It got like, what, 5-10 yards? Something like that. And we come back out on offense. Lenoris is annoyed by the interception, meaning me. I'm annoyed by the interception. So I'm just going to fire that into Dorian Fleming. Try to stick juke somebody. Can't do anything with it. Let's hit a little mesh corner, but switch it to the other side. I do love a good mesh play. Especially if the mesh works. Mazio dropped it. Come on, Mazio. If you're going to be my number 1 receiver next year, you got to be able to catch stuff like that. Handoff, Iheanacho. Good vision to change up the field there. But he just doesn't have the speed to make anything happen. 3rd and inches. Ooh, Harbor's on the sweep here. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Here we go. Jet sweep. Handoff. Harbor. Outrun the man, Nick. Outrun the man. He just has enough speed. That 99 speed is pretty huge. Having 99 speed there is pretty big. They want me to exclusively run RPO here. I don't want to run RPO. And you know what? I'll just run the R in the RPO. Handoff. Thrash. Thrash kind of glitched out there, but he gets up to the 3. I'm really wanting Isaiah Augustave in the game now. I don't know where he's at. Thrash can't get the first down or get the touchdown. He gets to the 2. We are under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Iheanacho's back in the game. Handoff to him. And Hakeem Iheanacho fights to the 1. It's 4th and goal. This is not how I wanted this to go, that's for sure. 4th and goal from the 1. Snap. Roll out. I might have to just scramble with Sellers. It might be the most guaranteed, and it is. Lenoris gets rushing touchdown number 2. All right, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, almost 300 yards through the air. Pretty solid opening day for Lenoris as we try to build that Heisman resume for him for season number 2. Because we already got one with Harbor. I wouldn't mind a second one with Harbor. I mean, he'd be historic, just like Archie. But let's share the wealth a little bit. Harbor's already going to win all the receiver awards. Let's share the wealth, the main wealth. 5 seconds to go in third quarter, which means 1 play, 2 plays, because he didn't hold on to it. 1 second in the quarter. What does BYU have up their sleeve? They got to try to build some momentum. They've gone 3 and out back-to-back drives. They're not going to go 3 and out this time because it's a wide open receiver across the middle. What are we doing, guys? I thought we had decent cornerback room this time. I guess I was mistaken. All my guys suck. 25 rushing yards for BYU. Didn't they do a good job last year rushing the ball? I feel like they rushed fairly well against me last year. I don't remember. Ooh, the shadows are starting to peek over the stadium. We're losing sunlight. It's harder to see, but I can see that pretty well. Dylan Stewart gets a sack, his first one of the year. So Colin Simmons has got 1. Jeremiah Wilson, is that his name? Jeremiah? Whatever his name is. The corner has 1, and then now Dylan Stewart has 1. And if I remember correctly, Dylan Stewart did not start that hot last year. Took him a little bit to get going. That's a sack. Is that Brownlow Dindy? No, it's not Brownlow Dindy. Is that Wood, the true freshman? It is the former 5-star, number 3 player in the entire class, Joshua Wood, gets his first sack of his career. Hopefully the first of many in his illustrious career. What could be illustrious career. How did he get that away without getting sacked again? I don't know, but they had a long way to go. And they will punt it away. Oh, no, they won't. They'll go for it on 4th down. That makes sense. It's the fourth quarter. You're down 35-7. Obviously, you're going to go for that. He's going to chuck it deep. One-on-one coverage. Cease. Knocks it incomplete. Turnover on downs. Gamecocks take over. That was a little bit concerning. I thought it was going to bounce off of us, and he was going to catch on the deflection. I don't like having to rely on these 2 true freshmen as my only running backs because for some reason Isaiah Augustave's not in the game. I don't know where he went. I don't know if his wear and tear is killing him. It's got to be doing that something because he has not been in the game probably the entire half, I don't think. And it's really noticeable because we do not have a running back that I like behind him. And that's on me. That is my fault for not recruiting a running back or getting a portal running back. It's a mistake on my part, but I'm mad. I can't be mad at myself. That's stupid. 4th and 1. Handoff. I shouldn't have handed it off. I should have thrown it. I knew the handoff was not going to work. I wasn't going to kick it. That's too easy to kick it. But I should have thrown that. Or at least done a passing play. Maybe I could have scrambled with Lenoris. Quarterback's got it. And here comes Dylan Stewart for sack number 2. He chased him down, and he's got his second. Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons might be the greatest 1-2 punch in college football history as edge rushers. And there's a sack. It's back-to-back. This time it's Wood. Joshua Wood. His second of his career. Okay, we've got a devastating defensive line. If they're doing this to the number 10 team in the country, oh my God, another sack. No, it's not another sack. He stays on his feet. Until then, he gets it away. How did he not fall down? He had 2 guys going after him, and he stayed up on his feet. But anyway, it's a 3 and out, and they punt it away. But the fact that he stayed up there is kind of crazy, actually. Good core strength. Punt return by Mazio. I had a little bit of room there, but I got slowed up, so I didn't have the burst of speed that I needed. Let's go jet sweep. Keeps the ball on the ground, keeps the clock moving, but it also adds passing yards potentially to Nick Harbor, or to Lenoris Sellers. Great blocks. Nick Harbor, great block down the field. Nick Harbor, 1 man to beat. Juke move. And he's into red zone territory at the 2-yard line. Nick Harbor's a god, man. There's nothing really else to say about it. He's just the best. If we didn't have Nick Harbor, we probably don't win a national championship last year. Oh my God, Jamari Thrash. Jamari Thrash just got judo slammed by a BYU linebacker, losing a couple of yards. Thrash comes back in the game. This time, he's able to squeeze through. Touchdown, Jamari Thrash. His first of his career. Oh, it's not Jamari. Who's Jamari Thrash? It's David Thrash. Who's Jamari? Jamari Thrash is a person, is he not? Now I gotta Google that. Jamari Thrash is a person. Jamari Thrash. Who the F is Jamari Thrash? Oh, he's a Cleveland Browns wide receiver. I knew he was a real guy. I guess I've been playing too much Cleveland Brown franchise. I knew Jamari Thrash was a real person. It's David Thrash is our guy's name. That's my bad. I've probably called him Jamari Thrash this entire episode. I apologize. Well, he's not that good anyway, so you know what? I don't care. I don't apologize. You're going to be Jamari Thrash until you end up being good. Oh, it wasn't even 55-20. It was 55-23, not 55-6. Dylan Stewart pops that ball out, strip sack fumble, and he ends up getting the safety. Dylan Stewart's a god. Oh my God. Dylan Stewart got the strip sack on the quarterback. The ball rolls towards the end zone. The person that recovers it runs into the end zone, and then Dylan Stewart ends up getting up and sacking the guy or taking the guy down in the end zone for the safety. Dylan Stewart, my man. What a stud. There's not really many words to describe how good Dylan Stewart is. I guess stud is the best one you can come up with. Somebody's injured. I don't know. I can't tell who that is. Number 3. Hopefully that's not Maisie. I don't think Maisie is number 3, is he? He's not out there, so it could be him. That's not good. Thrash comes in and he gets a nice handoff. Like I said, he's a little bit faster than Iheanacho. He's got similar speed to what Augustave has. And Mazio is injured. Bruised sternum. That's annoying, especially because it's so late into the game. It should be just this game that he's out for. Hopefully he's not out for an extended period of time. I'd be pretty annoyed if that happened. But we're just going to run this clock down. We've won. We've done enough. We've done enough damage here. 44-7. We've proved we are the dominant team. Tree Babalade injured on the play. No. I can't have these unnecessary injuries when we're just trying to run the clock down. 2nd and 6. Handoff. Thrash. Yeah, got a couple yards he shouldn't have had. As long as nobody else gets hurt, stops the clock, we should be able to run one more play and this will be over. As long as it's the first down, I guess. Thrash will get the first down. That should be ball game. We will beat BYU. Oh, we have to call one more play. Never mind. We have to call one more play. The clock is not in our favor. So we'll snap it here. Handoff. Iheanacho goes down, and there's the game. 44-7. We debut season number 2 with a very comfortable victory. I don't know. Those sliders didn't really do too much, did they? It almost felt like it was easier than not having the sliders. I don't know. Very strange. But maybe BYU's just not that good. Maybe BYU's not that good. Oh, I also have 84 coach points that I saved to spend with you guys on camera. So we'll spend those here before we start game number 2. Against Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we're first on a few 5 stars. That's the key. We're supposed to be first on those 5 stars because we're trying to win those recruitments. Player of the week in the SEC is Dylan Stewart. Makes sense. It's probably going to be, I was going to say probably going to be somebody on offense. Never mind. Nobody on offense. We take on Florida State on the road. We go up to number 4 in the country. How's recruiting looking? We're looking pretty good. Why do we have 60 hours, though? That's my question. How did we get 60 hours freed up? I have no idea. I'm not sure. We have 60 hours, though, so we can use those. Nobody's ready for a visit just yet, right? Nobody's ready for a visit? The 4-star Lorenzo Dillard is ready for a visit, but I don't think I'm going to use a visit on him right now. I don't really know what I should even put these hours on. I should probably switch to a hard sell on BJ Earl before we lose him. What's he like? He likes championship contender. I can't do a hard sell on him. We don't have that option just yet. So Oklahoma made a big push. I don't know what they're offering him, but they're making a big push on him. Tashawn Lockett. Thankfully, we have pretty solid grades everywhere, so we don't have to worry about grades or anything like that. I should maybe put some more. Do I want to go after Nolan Barden? The quarterback class just didn't look that good, in my opinion. The freshman quarterbacks just didn't feel like they were that good. You got Jalen Hurtado. He's 6'3", but he's a pocket passer. I'm not interested in a pocket passer. George Armour. We've already gone after Nolan Barden. Harvey Robert. He's a 6'5" dual threat. All right. I could see something with him. Marco Durham. I think I scouted him. That name sounds familiar. Diego Centeno. Greg Dexter. Let's take a look at Harvey Robert. Maybe he's 6'5". He's got to be at least decent, right? If not at quarterback, something, right? His accuracy is not ideal. What's that speed going to be? 81 speed, 90 throw power. He's definitely a project. He is definitely a project, but is he better than anybody else? We don't really know too much about Nolan Barden. He's a gem, though. What's his deal breaker? Coach prestige. All right, well, that means he's not going to transfer because we're not going to lose coach prestige. Do I like Barden or do I like Harvey Robert? I think I like Harvey Robert and Barden. I think I'm going to go a little bit harder on Nolan Barden. We're switching to a 50 sell on him. Try to get in the race with Alabama and Auburn on that dude. We'll see if that makes any difference. And we will have South Carolina and Florida State. Did we get anybody in the Heisman voting for the game? Ooh, Lenoris jumps into the Heisman race with Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, Quintravion Wisner, and Darian Mensah. But Jerry Mensah's injured. That's why he fell. He got hurt in the Tulane game, I would assume. All right. Well, we try to battle these two guys. Two studs. Let's spend our coach points. 84 of them things. We can go pretty crazy here. So we've already got pretty good on recruiter. We just need to get another top 5 recruiter class to get elite recruiter. Motivator we're still working on. Let's get into motivator a little bit more. Can I buy anything else? I cannot purchase. I can purchase tactician for 30. Do I want tactician? I probably want motivator. Let's get, yeah, because we want to get in those off-season training boosts. That's what we want. So let's start purchasing stuff in Motivator. Make sure all our guys stay hot through the quarter changes. And then we are going to have at least a couple of chances to get off-season training boosts. So let's get off-season training boosts for offensive linemen and for quarterback. And then once we get even more skill points throughout the season, we'll spend those on like wide receiver, running back, all that kind of stuff. So there we go. We spent a lot of skill points, got into Motivator pretty heavily, and now it's time to take on Florida State. What jerseys are they going to wear? Do they have any cool ones? I know they have like a black jersey. Do they want to wear that? I like the visor. The visor look pretty cool. The Heritage ones. Okay. The blue kind of throws me off because it's not part of their normal color scheme. I don't know if I like that. Don't they have a black? Or maybe they had one at one point. I feel like they had a black jersey. All they've got's the Seminole Heritage. I don't really feel like I like the blue that much. At least not with the rest of their colors. They'll just wear their regular homes, I guess. And we will go all white, icy white, for the first away game of season number 2 against Florida State. This is a pretty tough game. We have to go on the road. This could get a little rocky. Maybe this is where we'll see the sliders come into play. All right, we've got a road test against Florida State. The number 4 team in the country travels to enemy territory to take on the Seminoles. And they are chopping away, trying to intimidate us. It's not going to work. Let's take him down. I don't know who the quarterback is at this point. So our keys to the game, set the edge. Oh, I think we're going to be able to set the edge. I think we're going to be able to set the edge. We have two of the best edge rushers in football. Who's their effing quarterback? Who is that jabroni? It is Brock Glenn. Why does that name sound so familiar? Who is Brock Glenn? Brock Glenn. Football quarterback. Who are you, you jabroni? Oh, he's a Florida State guy. He's just on the depth chart. Or is he their starter right now? Who the F is their starting quarterback? No, he's not the starter, I don't think. Is he the starter? No, it's Castellanos, that's right. Duh. So he's the backup. Alright, whatever. I like going on these little tangents about who's playing where and all that kind of stuff. Brock Glenn, the backup to Castellanos, is now the starter. Good for him. Oh, they're going RPO right out the gates, and he breaks a couple of tackles. This man's a god. Mark Fletcher Jr. broke like 3 tackles in a matter of seconds and is able to get a big play on first down. Not good. This Florida State team's not good. They're washed. They've got 1 win, but they probably didn't play anybody. Big hit. How'd the ball not pop out? How'd the ball not pop out, man? We need Colin Simmons to rush the passer like he did against BYU. Oh, that's not rushing the passer. It's rushing the running back. But he gets there, slows down Fletcher, and then gets cleaned up there at the end by, I think, Jair Johnson. Big 3rd and 7. Let's step up. Quarterback's got time. Glenn fires into the middle of like 3 different Gamecock defenders. Could not bring it in, and it's a punt. We did our job. Looked a little rocky to start with that running back play, but other than that, we kind of controlled them on the first drive. And we'll call a fair catch. Mazio is back in the game. He's healthy after the bruised ribs that he suffered. Not bruised sternum that he suffered at the end of last game. Lenoris getting the boys hyped. He looked on Twitter, realized he was in the Heisman race to start the season, so he's hyped about that. We finally get to see Isaiah Augustave back in the game. It's about time. He missed like the entire second half against BYU. This is a tough place to play. What is it ranked? It is ranked number 14 in the country, presented by Lowe's. So ours is number 16, theirs is number 14. And Augustave not going anywhere on that one. And it's already a big 3rd down. The crowd is going to be massively loud, and it's going to be hard to hear. But who needs to hear when you've got Lenoris Sellers and Malik Clark? Big catch. I thought he was going to drop that for a second. Sellers stands in that pocket, fires a dart. A Jackson dart. And we will have a big-time first down. And here comes another one. Isaiah Augustave. Huge run up the middle. I like him. I think I like him better than Faison. I know that might be a little sacrilege to say, but I think I like Augustave a little bit better than Faison. Oh, great blocks down the field by the receivers and running backs. Lenoris Sellers takes it to the 25. Oh, we're cooking. We're cooking with gasoline. No, we're not even cooking with gasoline. We're more efficient than that. I hope you're not allergic, because we're cooking with peanut oil, baby. That's how much we're cooking. Keep handing off. Augustave. No, I was trying to cut it back inside, but I got caught. I got caught before I could get it away. Or change directions. We're milking a lot of the clock here in the first quarter, which is ideal. It's what you want to do. I'm going to stand in the pocket, fire it. It's Dorian Fleming. Touchdown, Gamecocks. The transfer tight end, Dorian Fleming, gets his first as a Gamecock. Lenoris Sellers continuing his hot hand. We might be setting Gamecock records this year with Lenoris Sellers. I can feel it in my loins. My plums are juicing. I can feel it so bad. We will send it away. Ooh, Oklahoma and Michigan are playing again. Those cheaters are going to get their butts whooped by the Sooners. And it makes me happy. Because it makes me happy. All right, Joshua Wood, what you got for me? Some pass rush? Ooh, Joshua Wood. Okay. I think we got ourselves a stud I don't remember what his dev trade is. I think it's like, I don't think it's elite. It might be star. Oh, maybe it is elite. I don't remember, actually. Like I said. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oregon scheduled not Georgia Southern. They scheduled FCS Northeast, I think, or whatever it was. One FCS school. What kind of cupcake schedule are we working with here? We're playing on the road against a top school like Florida State, and they're scheduling freaking FCS. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on here. They're ducking the challenge. That's what it is. Mazio will fair catch, and we will get the football back one more time. Let's go P.A. Reed. If we can get out in space with Lenoris, we might be able to hit Harbor for a big-time touchdown. I'm actually going to change this. No, he can't hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, he did hear me. Okay, perfect. Malik Clark might be able to do some damage if he can get a... Oh, I got to throw it away. I think I had something there. I do. I think I had something there, but either I waited too long to actually throw it, or maybe there was never anything there. I don't know, but I feel like there was something there. I might as well just scramble with the Norris this time. I'm not going to get very far because that guy's fast. That's a late hit. I do wish that late hits were actually a thing in this game, because too many times do the AI defenders just run into your guys after the play's over. Whether it's in the end zone or in the sidelines, out of bounds and stuff. Final play of the quarter was that pass on the previous play. So we will head to the second quarter. Up 7-0. Oh, I shouldn't have skipped that. They would have had... Doesn't the Seminole guy, doesn't he like throw the spear on the ground or something? Or is that it to start the game? I don't know. He does something. Throw that away. It's going to be Dorian Fleming, and he can get past the guy. He's got a lot of room. Dorian Fleming down the sidelines. All the way to the 10. I like Dorian Fleming. This man's a dude. Dare I say, a dog. Is he a big dog? He could be a big dog. But he's definitely a dog. Hand off to Augustave, and he'll take it to the 3. Good carry. It does a job. It gets us closer, inching us closer. We'll run a little distraction, a little strategery here, sending Harbor on a... Oh, man, they definitely have a guy running him. And then Augustave to the 2. Man, our goal line run game is not good at all. We could not run it at the goal line against BYU, but that was with Iannacho and Thrash. Maybe Augustave can do a little bit better. Or not. But that's not really Augustave's fault. That's more John Walker just brutalizing my center and getting to the backfield. Or my guard, either one. So you know what we got to do. Harbor drops 4th down, and that is a turnover. It wouldn't have been a first down anyway, or a touchdown anyway, but still annoying that he dropped it. I think he got bumped. That's why he didn't have the space that I thought he was going to have. Quick throw, that's exactly what you want to do. I was hoping that they wouldn't do that. I was hoping he would hold the ball a little bit longer and then take a sack for a safety, but that didn't happen. Another quick throw, RPO this time. I completely missed the tackle because I would have stabbed myself with a spork. That first one was just completely my fault. And then the second one, he juked me. What am I supposed to do about that? Unbelievable, bro. I'm going to be sick. All right, Florida State, Brock Glenn's getting the ball out pretty efficiently right now. He's getting that ball out. Boom, 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 boom. He's going quick. Our pass rush doesn't even have any chance to even get in the backfield. That's going to hurt in the morning. Colin Simmons gets all of Brock Glenn's lower half. That RPO still worked, though. He got it away. It's 2nd and 4. We definitely need to work on our goal line offense because it's not very good through the first 2 games of the season. But Florida State is dicing me up right now, and I'm not happy about it at all. Our pass rush can't get there because Brock Glenn's getting the ball out of his hand way too quick. And then our secondary's not doing anything. This time he actually holds it, and of course the one time he holds it is the one time we couldn't get any rush on him. And he's able to scramble for 3 yards. All right. The one time he holds it longer is the one time I couldn't get any rush. Somebody get to him, please. We did get to him, but he's able to get it away again. Brock Glenn just has a knack for throwing that ball right before we can touch him. Or as we're touching him. It's still accurate for some reason. It's got to be a handoff, and it is. I completely missed the dive. Broken tackle. We bring him down. This Mark Fletcher dude breaks tackles like it's nothing. They have no more chances for first downs. So we can just hold for not a touchdown for a freaking field goal, man. God, that was a brutal drive. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that. That was a brutal drive on defense for me. So many missed opportunities to tackle. That was rough. That right there is what we call choke time. That was brutal. Otis Major, decent return to the 20, nothing too crazy. All right, boys. We know we can move the football on this Florida State team. Let's do it. Let's show them what we are made of. Somehow I got that away. Just glad it hit the ground because it could have been a pick. I was going to step up in the pocket there and scramble. But then the guy started to rush at me. I didn't like it. That's dropped by Nick Harbor. Ay, ay, ay! Stop it. Stop it. I don't even know if he heard that. I'm going to believe that he did. I don't think he did. What play is this? What play? Why were my two guys running the exact same route? What play was I even calling there? Why were two guys running the exact same route? I have no idea what that was. He didn't call fair catch. Okay, so a very ugly defensive drive for us, and then a very ugly offensive drive. It's all crumbling. It is all crumbling against the Seminoles. Dylan Stewart makes a good tackle. Running back gains nothing on the play. I could really use a pass rush here. Hand off to the running back again. He breaks a tackle again, but he lost a yard. He shouldn't have broke the tackle. He probably wouldn't have lost any yards if he broke the tackle, or if he didn't break the tackle. Come on, Stewart, get to the quarterback. Somebody get to the quarterback. He's got time. He's got a wide open receiver across the middle. What are we doing? Why did we have two guys in the secondary covering one? All that time. Look at those guys. Are just we probably were in a zone, but still, we had two guys on the left side of the field just standing there watching. No movement, no feet movement. Just standing there watching to see where the quarterback was going to go when there was no FSU defenders in that area, receivers in that area. Oh my God, it's all falling apart here. It is all falling apart. Oh my God, we cannot sack Brock Glenn. He just gets it away right before. I mean, we had a guy right on him as he was throwing it. He was getting sacked, and he still finds it an accurate pass. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how the CPU defenders are able to still throw accurately as they're getting sacked. It doesn't quite add up. Gotta blow up the play. There it is. Murphy blows it up. I knew it was gonna be a run. I just had a feeling in the old gut. They call a timeout. They will go into the halftime locker room probably up 3 points, up 10-7. Unless they miss this, we could maybe block it. Oh, no, it's going to be good. Okay. So, it'll be 10-7 at halftime. Unless we can do something here. Let's call a fair catch. There's a chance that I can hit a classic whatchamacallit. Give me the slot fade, please. That's the RPO. Does he not have the slot fade available? Where's it at? Fake spikes and all that kind of stuff. I gotta call a timeout here. I'm looking for the slot fade. I don't remember what formation it is in. It's not in that. Is it in pistol? It's in something. It's got to be in gun. Oh, maybe it's in... Oh, I think I remember what it is. Yes, there it is. I found it. Perfect. I remembered at the last second what it was. Okay, so we're going to have to just hope that Nick Harbor gets open on this. This is our one chance for glory. Nick Harbor down the field. It's not going to be open. I tried to get an animation on the deflection, but it didn't work. That corner really ran with Nick Harbor the entire way. All right, whatever. We go into the halftime locker room down 10-7, but we get the ball to start the second half, so that's a little bit of a bonus, I guess. Otis Major to the 17. Okay, boys, let's figure something out because our offense has been a little bit brutal here, and our defense has sucked. So that's never a good combination. You never want both of those things to suck at the same time. Augustave gets a couple of yards, nothing crazy. What do I even call here? Maybe a Y cross? I don't like any of these routes, though. Mazio's going deep. I doubt that Malik Clark's going to hear this. He did. All right. Mazio's going deep. I have nobody open. I got to try to hit this. That's a stupid throw! I want to kill myself. Why did I do that? God, I knew everything in my soul was telling me not to throw that, and I still threw it. Because I was just, for some reason, I thought that maybe I could get in front of him and just jump ball it, 50-50 it. I knew not to throw that ball. I even said it. Oh, it's unbelievably wide open for the touchdown. I want to die. Why did I throw that, man? God, sometimes I question whether or not I'm functioning at 100%. Because sometimes I feel very, very stupid. And this is one of those times. What was that, bro? Why would I throw that? I even told myself that I shouldn't have thrown. Like, I said it out loud. I shouldn't throw this. And yet I still threw it. Sometimes, man, sometimes I surprise myself with the level of stupidity that I possess. And yet again, another interception for Lenore Sellers. Very annoying. And I just scratched, or not scratched, I just smudged my glasses. So hold on for a second. All right, we are back in smudge-free, or at least not as harsh of a smudge. Why is the timeout called? Did I call timeout on accident? I don't think I did. No, Florida State called a timeout. Why the F would they call a timeout? Weird. I don't know. We're in the third quarter, and I was just running regular no huddle, and they call a timeout on me. All right, whatever. I guess I got to scramble here with Lenoris. I'm going to get a couple of yards. I'll take it. Yards I didn't have. I'm glad that Augustave's actually competing in this game. He hasn't just left the game and not returned. Disappeared from the sideline. Maybe he had some corpy problems, like the Columbus Blue Jacket goaltender, Jonas Copersalo. Maybe he has a little bit of diarrhea. Who knows? That's going to be overthrown. I went with a slot fade thinking it would work. It didn't. They keep covering it, and I don't like that. Stop covering my good routes. It's like they know. Caught Nick Harbor. Big first down. I thought he was going to drop it. He's dropped a lot of those. Or players in general have dropped a lot of those. Augustave. Decent. Whatever. Nothing too crazy there. Can I get the roll off here? No, because that guy never engaged with the blocker. He never engaged with the blocker. Love when that happens. Screen pass, Augustave. You know what happened there? That's a classic, I didn't know what button he was, and I had to wait until it actually popped up. If I would have known what button he was, I would have pressed it a lot sooner, and I would have got the ball out to him a lot sooner. I just didn't know what button he was. No, I hate that animation so much! Dorian Fleming drops it on that BS animation, man. I hate that animation with the burning passion of a sun. Tackle for loss, Kilgore gets in there. I couldn't take the points there. I couldn't take the 3 points because I probably would have missed the field goal. It's on the road. It's a loud environment. It's on the left hash. I would not have made it. I simply would not have. Dylan Stewart brings him down for a loss of 4. Ugh. Frustrating game offensively for the boys. Oh, I missed the sack with Dylan Stewart. I'm a big sucky suck boy. 1-on-1! Incomplete. 3 and out for Florida State after the turnover. Offense needs to figure it the F out. This Florida State team is not that good. We are, in fact, better than them. We just have to play like it. I've been making a lot of mistakes, but that stops now. Just get the ball in the hands of Nick Harbor. If the ball is in the hands of Nick Harbor, things are going to go well. I wonder if the sliders are having an effect in this game, because it's definitely a lot more difficult than the BYU game. And maybe that's just because BYU is not that good. I don't know. They were a top 10 team in the country, so they have to be decent, you would think, right? But either they're not that good or Florida State is playing way better than they should. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels harder to play against Florida State than it did at any point against BYU. So I don't know if that's a slider thing or if that's just a random thing that has happened in this game where they're playing better for some reason. I don't know, but we're going to end the third quarter driving down the field. I probably shouldn't have the 2 clock on anymore, especially now that we're down 17-7. Being down 10-7 didn't really matter too much for the clock being on. But I'll turn it off here for the fourth quarter. I don't want to run out a lot of clock and then not have a chance to win the game in the end. Iheanacho's got a lot of room. If he was faster, this would be a touchdown. They're going to give it to... Oh, no, they're not going to give it to him. I saw the celebrate thing. I thought they were going to give it to him. It's just a big play. That's why they had the celebration thing. We might as well let Iheanacho try to finish it. Maybe he can get in the end zone here. Iheanacho's in. They're going to count it. They got to say that he got the ball across. I don't know if they review that or not. No, they're going to let it go. Okay, he got it across. We have brought it to within 3 again. All right. Things are still in our favor. We just have to have another good defensive drive like we did before we got the ball there. Maybe a 3 and out, maybe an interception. I don't care, as long as we get the ball back without them scoring. I'll take a fumble, too, here on the return, but nothing like that. They started the 20. Come on, boys. Don't do this to me. Not like this. It's a screen pass. They're going to have blockers out in front. Pop that ball out. Stop spinning. 2nd and 1. Come on, boys. Come on. We need a good defensive drive. Good defensive drive. It's a RPO, wide receiver screen type thing. First down, Florida State. So no 3 and out for them. But that doesn't mean we can't stop them here before they score. Oh, Colin Simmons got bodied by the left tackle. Only a gain of 1 on the play. But I was trying to rush with Colin Simmons. He got pushed back 10 feet. Another effing pass. Stop doing that. These RPOs are so annoying. Stop it. Play like a normal person. Finally. Thank you. Throw it across the middle. It gets deflected. See, that's what happens. We'll get the football back. 5:47 to go. Now, this is a situation where I wouldn't mind turning the 2 clock back on. As long as we could be confident we could score a touchdown and take the lead. I'll turn it on for a couple of minutes. I'll chew a couple of minutes of the clock. I don't really want to have Florida State touch the football again. If I can. Lenoris takes it up the middle. So if I can get down the field, score a touchdown, take the lead with like 30 seconds left, that would be the situation I'd be most happy with. But it's not going to happen if I can't even run the football. Crowd's loud, 3rd and 7. This has got to be Dorian Fleming, right? Yep, Dorian Fleming wide open across the middle. Turn up the field. He's got a lot of room. Why is that guy not blocking? Maceo Bennett's fixing his helmet as I'm running towards him, barreling down the field as fast as Dorian Fleming can run. And Maceo's just fixing his helmet. Not a care in the world. Iheanacho gets a couple of yards. And once again, Isaiah Augustave has disappeared. It's Iheanacho and Thrash. Well, it's really just Iheanacho. I really should have recruited a better running back. Iheanacho's fine. I feel bad saying all these bad things about him while he's in the game, actively running the football. He's just not that good. David Thrash, big carry. I'm getting way too... That run with Dorian Fleming's getting us way too close. They got us way too close too fast. We are so close to the end zone here. I almost don't want to get this first down. Don't get it. Okay. Now the problem is we got to actually get the first down here. 3rd and 1. Handoff, Iheanacho. He's going to get the first down. Big. Big. We are now under a minute to go in the game. I'm going to step up with Lenore Sellers. Touchdown! Gamecocks take the lead under a minute. Maybe I should have waited one more play before doing that, but we take it under 50 seconds, and we now have... Oh, 4-point lead. I thought he was going to block that and keep it a 3-point game. That would have been devastating if he would have blocked it. It just squeaks through past the diving defender, his hands, and Florida State will have 3 timeouts in 49 seconds, or 46 seconds, to try to score a touchdown. They can't kick a field goal because it's a 4-point game. We need everything here, boys. The best defensive drive we've ever had. They're going to go with the classic Florida State pass play. Just keep him in bounds, especially not allowing first downs to let that clock stop momentarily. They use their first timeout. If we can get all their timeouts before they get to midfield, that would be the right thing to do. And they're going to have to... They're not going to use one here, I don't think. No, they do use one. Okay. 36 seconds and another timeout. No running back in the backfield. We obviously know it's all passing plays. But it's probably going to be another like screen or something. And it is... Well, it's not a screen, but it's a throw in the backfield. That was a horrible decision to throw it. They're not going to use their timeout. They're going to go hurry up. Probably to spike it. He looks like he's going to set up for a spike. And they waste a down on a spike. I don't know if I would have done that. But they choose to do it. And now they have a 3rd and 10 with no timeouts. I thought they still had one. They have no timeouts. And they're going to go for it all. Knock it down, please. No, pass interference! You cannot call that! You cannot call that pass interference! What? What? They call it on Tal Johnson, the transfer. What did he do? He's number 5. What did he do? Did he inhibit the receiver catching the ball? I mean, Kilgore comes in and swats it away. You can't call that pass interference, man. You can't call that. I know it's not a spot foul in college football, but still, that's brutal. That's a brutal call on 3rd down. Once again, this referees inserting themselves into the game. Basically a check down there. Gains 2 yards. 11 seconds. That's a crazy pass interference call. Oh, Dylan Stewart, end the game. Dylan Stewart couldn't end the game. He gets it away. He catches the football. You gotta be joking me, but there's no time left. He got a first down. Everybody play back. Everybody. Play back. 2 seconds. 1 second. He can't get it off. Yes. Oh my God. We survive against Florida State. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. What was that game? That was a wild final 5 minutes, basically. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We survive, get the win, and stay undefeated in the season. I know it's early in the season, but hey. Oh my God, that was an insane game. I could definitely feel the sliders in that game. It definitely felt a lot tougher to play against Florida State. We get locked out of Celesti Tuatelli, which is one of the 5 stars I kind of wanted. It sucks, but we just don't have the hours to be able to do much. Have they gotten down to their top 5? We're still looking really good for Devontae Weeks. Florida's making a little bit of a push, but it's still good. I kind of wanted Tuatelli. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't lock us out, but he does. We get locked out of Alex Jizzy, so he's done. We're still looking good on all these 5 stars, except for BJ Earl. I'm a little bit concerned about him. But, I mean, we had a much bigger influence than what Oklahoma did this week. They only had a little bit of a margin. We had a much bigger one, so I'm liking that. I just wish these guys would get down to their... I don't even have to go... You know, I can take 50 hours off of Cortez Boykins. I don't have to go that hard on him. Nobody's even recruited him. Nobody's got a... He doesn't even have a scholarship on him. I can toss maybe a little 25 piece, a little 30 piece on him, and we can be totally fine. We can use these hours somewhere else. We have not been able to do much on Barden, but we can get him on a visit. Do I want to get him on Texas or Georgia? It's a 3 triangle boost for Georgia. It's only a 2 for Texas. I'm a little bit worried about Texas. I don't think I want to schedule that game. I'm going to do Georgia. We're going to do conference prestige. And hopefully that'll work. Where can I spend the rest of these hours? Is anybody else ready for a visit yet? Doesn't look like it. Except for that left tackle. I think he's still ready. Yeah, Dillard. We might as well just get out of the race for Dillard. We're not going to get him. I can't schedule any of these guys. I guess I can try to go a little bit harder on Miles Okanlawan. Okanlawan, I think is how you'd say that. We can swap from a 25 to a 50 on him and see if that can put us ahead of Duke. We're looking good on Ben Reed. Marquez Provo, we're still solid on. Zach Rugamba, we're looking good. David Awazarike, we're looking good. Emmett Cantu, we're looking good. Frank Nicholas, we're starting to slip a little bit. I think what the smarter thing would be to do is to put the hours on these guys like Kevin Levrone, put a few hours on him, and try to lock up these recruitments quickly. The guys that we have complete control of, that nobody else has even offered a scholarship. If we get these guys locked up, then we can focus on other guys later. But I can't. I'm basically just in a waiting period until these 5-stars have gotten down to their top 5, where we can start scheduling visits and obviously doing hard sells and stuff. But we're just kind of in that limbo period right now. We've got a massive game next episode where we take on TCU and then the #1 team in the country, Texas. Oh, what a game. We survived. We survived. We are undefeated, but it's looking like these sliders could be pretty tough, at least against the good teams. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.